World Premiere.
Hey people, Acid here. Today we're going to be looking at the wonderful world of shifters. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the f*** is this game? And let me tell you, it's one of the greatest, wonderful RPGs of our time. Truly a hidden gem from the wonderful Might and Magic series. And let us walk down this journey together, exploring the magical world of shifters of might and magic. We start our tale on a dark and snowy night. The kingdom of Bylandria is under attack by dark forces. King Who Gives a Fuck is flipping out by the course of these events. The princess reassures him, of course, that everything will be alright. Enter our hero Alaron, our witty protag that has zero screen time after this cutscene, besides the ending. Cut to our main villain from the previous game, simply called the Inquisitor. An unknown hooded figure that refuses to talk decides to turn the invading forces into beastmen, despite the Inquisitor's protest. Afterwards, we go to Alaron, who then stumbles upon a group of beastmen and proceeds to go sicko mode. We then get to see a nice little montage of him cutting them down, and then we are graced with the one and only glimpse of his great and wondrous humor.
Hell of a feast, eh, boy? What's for dessert?
Controls are pretty standard for an action RPG. We have a basic attack that can chain into combos, and we can end it with a special combo ender. We also have a huge AoE attack we can perform at the cost of some mana that can get us out of some sticky situations. Other than that, we have projectiles we could shoot for far away enemies, even though I never really used them because the damage is pretty minimal, and yeah, it just sucks in general. Unique to this game, and as per the title, we have the ability to shift into different forms of various races in the Might and Magic lore. The first form we receive is the beast form, allowing us to transform into various beastmen that we have encountered so far. You can upgrade these forms to gain better stats and spells that accompany each promotion, as the game calls them. After dumping enough spell form points into a form, we follow a basic tree of grunt, mage, and then you have your choice of either a warlord or shaman. The various forms we can pick from are the genies or the Jinn, who wield powerful magic. The Krigan, who have a unique spell of being able to see past events. We have the undead, with the ability to not be poisoned, which is a godsend. We also have the hybrid, which is an amalgamation of flesh and machine, and the hatred of 1,000 warriors, with an insane jump ability that would put LeBron and Kobe to shame. And last but not least, we have the automation form, which can zip and zoop through these electrical machine stations. Don't ask me how it works, it just does. We start out the first level storming the castle to save our friends. As we make our way through the castle, slaying all manner of beasts in our way, we finally make our way to the king and his royal subjects. Here we get a glimpse of our hero's backstory. Formerly being a captain of the Old Guard, and wrongfully accused and punished with an evil mask that's never explained, he is then banned to the Shadow Realm. The king shows us a magic golden harp for apparently no reason, and the cutscene abruptly ends, leaving us to our own devices, in the town outside the castle walls. So now that we're in the town hub, we can go off and do a few side quests, helping out some of the villagers and doing some shopping if we so please. Feel free to stop by the graveyard for some shitty jokes and Easter eggs. Rest in peace, 3DO. When done yucking upon the town, we then travel towards the desert town of Muk-Abar. After we arrive, we notice things are a little fucked, bodies everywhere, and right in the town square is a mass burning of bodies. Mr. Bro informs us the town has been hit with the corona, and lacking modern medicine, needs our help lifting the curse on the town. With that in mind, we head to the tomb of Sekotep to destroy him and hopefully lift the curse. We find a lily in the oasis and thrust it upon this pedestal. Ghost Lady here manifests from nowhere and tells us we need a couple of stones to be able to reach Sekotep. She then gives us a serpent key. It fucks off. So we make our way down and receive our first stone. After that, we find a falcon key neatly placed by a torch. We make our way up to some chests and grab our last stone. We then hippity-hoppity down to the Stone Guardian and grants us access to the other world. So here we are. I know, it's not quite what I imagined hell to look like, and I can't tell if it's better or worse. We jump down to some debris and slink our way through the fart gas raining down upon us, until we reach a chest with a scarab in it. With scarab in tow, we use it to open the tomb and awaken Sekotep, where one of 4 bullshit boss fights ensue. We put on Gabo and take Sekotep's lunch money, and then we are teleported back to town. We end up back at the Gleeful Sun restaurant, where we were informed by some asshole about some bullshit at the Cregan Temple. So naturally, our next forte is scare a camel and go to the Cregan Temple. We arrive and this big asshole needs to test our metal.
Stop right there!
So we go to retrieve a scroll for him so we can get access to Abfuzlar's chambers. Abfuzlar wants to strike a deal. He's willing to help us out if we bring him the head of his enemy, Golgomtra. Having no other choice, we venture into the remains of the Cregan Temple to get us some head. We travel through the ruins, collect us a thunder scepter, and proceed to blow some shit up. Collect some stones, and unlock a secret path leading deeper into the temple ruins. Sinking into the madness, we find ourselves in the Cregan sex dungeon, Beyblading our way through BDSM fucklords, until eventually landing in Golgotra's lair. We proceed to clap his cheeks and bring his head to Arbs the Fool. Now back in town, we find that the genies have gone apeshit and have killed one of the merchants. The town people ask us if we can go and investigate, so we do. We waddle through the magic genie land palace, stumbling upon genies torturing various humans throughout the palace, so we naturally put an end to that. Many bathhouse later, we finally reach the Sultan's chambers.
Shall not pass!
The Sultan is a genie. Surprise, surprise. To beat the genie Sultan, we have to play whack-a-mole with all the faces until we hit the right one, and send him to genie hell. We are automatically sent back to town once again, with no context of what happened, or what the hell is even going on next. We spawn next to a random camel that proceeds to take us somewhere. We then see the camera pan around a camel with a shrine on its back. I have no fucking clue what this is supposed to symbolize, or if we scale the giant camel to enter this bathhouse. You can decide which one sounds better. After that cutscene, we are immediately thrust into a boss fight with our good friend the Inquisitor. Remember him? No? I don't blame you. Judging by his boss mount, it seems to look like he transformed into a Cregan, which is all but confirmed by him summoning grunt Creegans throughout the fight. After bitch slapping the fuck out of him, we are greeted with our third cutscene of the game. Alanon does a raiden fatality on him and turns him into goo maggots. Burb tells us shit's not going so back at the castle, as we see the king and princess locked up. We then see the hood figure from the beginning. But wait. It's a big titty goth girl coming to steal the harp, then hearts, of Bylandria. She plays her siren song and proceeds to suck the life out of everything in the world, leaving it into a twisted, broken mess, like a typical modern woman. Alanon shit pisses and sprints his ass back to the castle. We arrive to a familiar sight, ravaged and twisted by Daria's evil harpy magic. We then make our way down the now ghettoized version of the once beautiful town we started in. Instead of flesh, there's only metal and gears now. We blast through the underground bar, scavenge some smokes and a bottle of rumpies. After getting blackout and fucked up, we wake up in the sewers where we find creatures of married flesh and steel. As we proceed through the sewer, we learn that things we have been killing are remnants of the villagers that were not quite fully suited up to be transformers. And the result is a hybrid of human and machine. At the end of the sewers, we flip the switch that will grant us access to the upper city. Once we are in the upper city, we head towards the inventor's house. She asks us to pick up a helicopter part for her. Not so she can identify as an attack helicopter, unfortunately. We then head to go snag that part for her. As we are leaving, we see a big ass aeroship.
What the fuck?
Part attached, we fly up to the aeroship to confront Daria before she can leave to take over the rest of the world. Once we're upon the airship, we blast through it, slaying all machines in our way. Once we get to the top, it's a final showdown with boss ass bitch Daria. I don't know if it's ever mentioned, but Daria is our half sister, and has the same shape-shifting abilities as us. So throughout the fight, she turns into various forms at random. So we go to battle against her, and to no one's surprise, it's the most bullshit boss of the game. Not only is she immune to stun lock, she fucks off to a platform in the corner of the arena to heal herself fully every time she gets to half health. All the bosses in this game do heal themselves, but this is the most aggressive as it gets. And you can't do any damage or hit her out of it, besides shoot projectiles at her. Also, the projectiles do 1 damage against her, like 1,000 defense. So if you didn't know, I do speedrun this game, and you can enjoy this clip, where to my surprise, I actually finish her off with a projectile in the first phase of the fight.
Whoa. Teleport. Teleport Sandy. No. Don't do that. Come on. No! How much health? Come on. Are you kidding me? No. I'm gonna try and kill her. I don't think it's gonna do much. You fucking bitch. Oh my god, we did it, boys. My goodness. Holy shit. That's the best time that's ever fucking happened. Holy fuck.
My closing thoughts on this game are, it's a lot better than Cyberpunk, and you should play this instead. Thanks for watching.
Exclusive.